I'm Missy. This is how I bought my house in Long Beach, California for $650,000. My house is about 1,000 square feet. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. I'm Missy Berkowitz. I've been here about 4 months. I was living in a condo and I think I realized that I wanted to transition and I could transition to a house. As a personal trainer and doing everything virtually during the pandemic, I felt like I was living in a gym because my equipment just took over my entire 1-bedroom condo. I started playing around with numbers and I realized how much I was going to make on the sale of my condo because I had bought it also as a short sale. So I just had a really smart investment and it helped me tremendously. When I was getting the mortgage pre-approvals, it was really challenging for me because I'm a business owner, and the great thing of being a business owner is so much you can write off, but then you can't really go off of your taxes for a mortgage because it looks like your income is really low. I knew what my budget would be once I talked to my mortgage broker and he was able to get me the pre-approval amount. My original budget was $650 and I was expecting to put down $300, maybe $310 at the max, depending if I had like zero work that needed to be done. I was fortunate that I was putting down about 45% cash because I got so much from the sale of my condo, which is really the main reason that I was even in a position to buy a home. So I knew off the bat that I was going to have a high percentage, and that made me a stronger buyer than a lot of people, aside from somebody that's putting all cash down. When I first started looking, my wish list was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. I knew the garage space was important because I'm a personal trainer and it was my dream and my plan to make my garage into a gym. I really love Spanish style homes. I also quickly realized into my search that my 3-bedroom, 2-bath dream wasn't really feasible for my price point unless I would have gotten a major fixer-upper. In total, I would say I probably looked at close to 30 homes and I put a total of 4 offers in. The first house that I was in escrow on, when I first saw it, I loved it. It was a Spanish style. The backyard felt almost like Palm Springs. It just felt like it had a good flow, good energy. It had the detached garage. It was like one of the first few houses that I could actually see myself living in it. Like everything just seemed to be really smooth and perfect. The inspection was on my birthday, and so I just thought that's the best birthday present I could ever get, and it completely went the other direction. So when we went for inspection, you know, my realtor was walking around making her own checklist and finding a lot of things that were major red flags. I was noticing a lot of cracks in the kitchen floor. I think the offer that got accepted, because I had to do a little bit back and forth with the sellers, was about $675. And at that time I thought it was fine because I was not factoring in my closing costs. And so thankfully, for many reasons, that house didn't pan out. And that also made me realize that I needed to be a little bit more conservative with what I was gonna pay for a house because the closing costs do add a significant amount. When I saw this listing, it was really similar to the house that I was in escrow on. It was Spanish style. It was almost the same square footage, very similar layout, 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. It had a beautiful yard and it was gated, which was another thing that was important to me because I knew I wanted to adopt a dog. So we put an offer in Sunday night and we went into it with my best and final because we had learned from the last house I put an offer in of just making sure that we just sort of put it out there so we didn't lose out to competition without a chance to counter. We were told Tuesday that they accepted it, so it was about 2 days, and then we had inspection on Friday. The inspection on this house compared to the other house I was in escrow in was a lot simpler. His recap was about 5 minutes long. The major things that had to be done was there was a little bit of termite damage, so there was a couple pieces of wood that would have had to been replaced, and the house needed to be tented. And there were actually foundation issues, but fortunately they weren't too crazy and too expensive. So that was about, I think in total it was $7,000 for the foundation. And then the sellers agreed to give me $5,000 towards the foundation work, and they were going to take care of the termite and the tenting. So they actually had it tented before I moved in, which was nice. They wanted 14 days to vacate, which is also a really common thing in this housing market. They don't do rent backs. They basically stay past their closing date, and we agreed to that. So it was about a month and a half from putting the offer in till I moved in. My offer price and what was accepted was $650, and because the sellers credited me $5,000 for the foundation work, I ended up putting down $285 instead of $290. The closing costs of the house were about $15,000, so it was $300,000. I feel really lucky and blessed, to be honest, that I have a house in general at all, because it is such an insane market. I'm also really happy that I have a home. It's so nice to have space, being able to just walk right outside to my car, having a yard. This is my backyard. I saw it and I loved it. I feel like it's very Californian. I've got 2 palm trees. It's really green. It's already landscaped. I didn't have to do anything. I'm lucky that I didn't have major work to do. The house was really well taken care of. There were a lot of updates that the sellers had made, even prior owners, so I feel like I moved into a house that was well cared for. It was mostly the aesthetic things that I had to do, so I had a lot to buy when I moved in. For renovations, I have probably spent about $15,000 in total, including the foundation work, which was $7,000. It just feels more like a home, like I'm having family come visit in the summer, and it'll be really nice to just have an extra bedroom and have more space. I really like this area of the house. I know it's not exactly a room, but I really like it. For one, it's got the little Spanish style touches. It's got the little nook there where I can keep my keys. The storage was a big selling point for me, because a lot of houses that I saw had really limited small closets. So having this has been amazing. I mean, my gym was probably done before the rest of my house was. Like, I had a functional gym before I had a dining table. This is my gym. So I really am happy and lucky that it was already drywalled, so I didn't have to do much work at all. I just had it painted. I really love the exposed ceiling, especially for taller people. There's more space overhead to do lifts and things like that without smacking into a ceiling. A lot of the equipment I had in my condo, which is crazy to me when I see it in here, how I just had such a tight space. But I've got the rower is new, my power rack is new, some of the weights I've added to it. It's probably one of the rooms that I spend the most time in. It's been amazing. It's yeah, I had a very specific garage criteria, but it all came together. I got what I wanted, and actually I feel like I got more than what I expected, so I've been really happy with it.